I don't know if it's live or not. Let's give it a second. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Is it working? Are we live? I kind of just noticed that it's at an angle today. I just thought I'd mix it up for everybody. Just kidding. My camera's slumped. So, it's all right. It's all about changing your perspective anyway, so it's a good angle for today, right? So, welcome, welcome, my beautiful beloved creators. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Dr.Keri, and this is where we come together to lift our vibrations, align with our highest and best selves, and create our ideal realities. So get your favorite beverage. I have my hot coffee with my creme brulee. It's my favorite right now, and I have been able, actually my mom has been able to find the creme brulee creamer for me, which is completely out at all the stores that I go to. So she is my supplier. Thank you. And it's good to be here. It's happy Monday. How are you guys feeling? Let's get cozy, get settled in. We're going to talk about money. It's Money Monday. Yeah. So let's take a sip. Cheers. And so when we talk about money, how does that feel to you? The word money. So does that feel good? Does that feel bad? Do you wish you had more? Do you have enough? Do you feel that money is abundant? Do you feel like there's not enough? Do you feel, money is such a triggering word. People who don't have it want it. People who have it think it's boring. And it's like there's a lot of negativity associated with money. There's a lot of guilt associated with money. There's a lot of, um, a lot of just bad things kind of around money. But yet, right now, money is what makes the world go round. Money is what can give you a safer home, a bigger security, better schooling, access to more things. So it's like we have this push pull, give take. I need it, but it's bad. I want it, but I can't have it. There's not enough to go around. Why do they have it and I don't have it? There's all this you can see misalignment as we talk about. You want it, but you don't have it. You need it, but it's not there. You think, it's like we create our own realities by what we focus on and what we intend. But if we're always constantly saying there's not enough money, I'm broke, I'm scarcity, how do I budget this just right? How do I just get by this month? How do I just manage to make enough for this bill? Or how do I, my boss isn't paying me enough. Oh, there's all this stuff going around. I just got laid off. But the thing is, money is a currency. Currency is a vibration. Everything in life is a mirror of your vibration. So let me say that again. Money is just currency, right? Currency is just a vibration, and everything in this universe is all just vibrations and energy which comes out of you. You have this energetic projection. You put out the vibrations into the universe, and it's a mirror reflecting back at you. So if you think if you're constantly saying you're broke all the time, well, guess what? You're putting that out. That's the vibration that you're on, and that's what you're going to get back. If you're putting out, I don't have enough, that's what you're going to get back. If you're putting out, hey, things are abundant, things are looking up, things are always working out for me, things are changing in my life, you're going to start seeing that as well. So, sorry, just got a notification. I don't know what that's for. Anyway, so, just want to make sure real quick, because this is the new format on Facebook, which looks really different for me. So hopefully this is working. But anyway, so when you just sit and contemplate money, do you think money is the root of all evil? Do you think money doesn't grow on trees? Do you think money is hard to get, easy come, easy go? Do you think money is a challenge? Do you think money makes people bad? Do you think money, you have to, fend for yourself and scrimp and scratch and claw your way to the top? You think it's a bitch? Life's a bitch. All these little limiting beliefs that we have around money is what your personal job is to ask yourself, do I want to believe that? Because a lot of us are just thinking, oh, the beliefs that we have are truth. But that's not. Because then how come that person has more money, that person has more money, that person has more money than we do, or you do, or that they do, right? How come? So if it was true for everybody, then everybody would have the same amount of money. Does that make sense? So if you look around in your life and you're like, wait a minute, how come they have better things than I do? It's not because they're better people. It's because they have different beliefs, therefore different vibrations that they're sending out regarding whatever you're talking about, which today we're talking about money. And so, let's see if I can say this right. So I've been listening to Derek Rydell lately, and he expands on that topic of money is the root of all evil. And we all know that is a misquote, because the real quote is the love of money is the root of all evil. So my little side note in there, what that means, what I teach you guys, is you always want to focus on happiness first. Happiness is your priority, and then let everything fill in under that, right? But if you focus on money first, you may get money, but that doesn't mean you're going to be happy. But if you focus on being happy, you will more than likely get the lifestyle that you desire. Okay? So that's but now what Derek has, the way he explains it was really kind of cool. He goes, okay, well, first of all, right now we use paper or gold or whatever as our currency. But before that, it was chickens. So you could ask yourself, the love of chickens is the root of all evil? See, that doesn't sound right, right? That has a completely different connotation to it when you say it like that. Or, Abraham-Hicks says it wasn't that long ago that we were trading beads, right? So you could say the love of beads is the root of all evil? No, right? So you take that away from that limiting belief out of it. And so then you say, okay, so it's the, you want to focus on the happiness, the love, the abundance, and that it also includes money. So if air is abundant and nature is abundant, you don't just see one flower growing in the wild, you see, fields of wildflowers. You don't see just one leaf on a tree. You see abundance of leaves on trees, abundance of blades of grass, abundance of clouds, abundance of birds. Start looking around you at and for things in abundance, and also start thinking about, I was going to say prosperity. That's where I was going with that. So let's talk about prosperity and then I'll do the next part. Because prosperity, some people don't even know what that word means. And kind of the same thing with abundance. It's like, what do those feel like to you? What do those words mean to you? How do those resonate with you? Because if you're coming from this place of lack, if you're so used to being bogged down and stressed all the time, and you hear people, including myself, talk about abundance, you're like, girl, I don't know what you're talking about. What does that even mean? So you have to find the word that feels good to you. And if the word money doesn't feel good to you, then don't focus on that word, right? You change the vibration, shift your energies. So you would have to say, instead of saying, I need more money, or I'm broke all the time, or I can't afford that, you need to figure out how to switch your energy to more money is coming to me. I don't know how and I don't know when, but I know it's coming, right? Or I'm grateful for the things that I have. I can't wait to get more things to be grateful for. Even just those little shifts in your energy where you stop focusing on what you don't have, what you don't want, what you need desperately. Because anytime you need something, want something, desire something coming from the place of lack, you will always repel it. Does that make sense? And think about that. I mean, just in life, if you've got some, creeper who's like desperately wants to go out with you or desperately trying to talk to you, I mean, you know what it's like. You're like, dude, or what, like, hey, back off. You're freaking me out a little bit, right? So you don't want to feel desperate about it. You want to welcome it and love it and embrace it and, not worship it as far as the love of money, but worship it as in it's your sanctuary, it's your lover, it's your friend, it's your means to an end. You want to make sure that happiness is always your number one goal. But right now, money helps. It doesn't mean you have to have money to be happy, but it can help, right? So you have to change your tune. And so speaking from experience, in the last month, I may have shared this with you guys a little bit before, but in the last month, I have been listening to Derek. He's on YouTube. I actually paid for his course. He's on YouTube, but he's a little heavy. It's not heavy, that's not the right word. It's just, I say heavy, intense, just, he's so in tune. He's definitely on a different level. But when you watch him on YouTube, he's kind of different. But check him out on YouTube, Derek Rydell. Anyway, So I took his Awakened Wealth Mastery class. That's why I keep talking about him. And so one thing that he challenged us to do was set our monthly money goal, and then our monthly miracle goal, our monthly or our money freedom goal, and our money mastery goal. So what he has you do is actually say, okay, how much money do I need per month to maintain a lifestyle that I choose? So technically, your monthly money goal is like, okay, you add up all the bills you have, rent and or mortgage, your utilities, all that kind of stuff. And then you add in, oh, so that's your monthly money goal. What do you need right now to not only survive, but to work off paying off some debt and to have some cushions, right? So that's your monthly money goal. And then your money miracle goal is how much per month you would love to have, right? And that's okay. So, that's thinking big. So you have the main house, but then you also have the vacation homes, and you also get to travel, and you also get to do this, so it's like really putting a number, an actual figure to the ideal lifestyle that you want. And it's a really good exercise because you're actually, sometimes we just dream, oh, wouldn't that be wonderful to one day have that. Well, this is actually calculating how much do I need to have that. And so you're taking the vibration of what you want, and you're actually bringing it to you, because now it's like concrete on paper, right? Because you're looking at it, you're calculating it, tallying it up, and you're saying, okay, so this lifestyle that I am trying to create, this ideal lifestyle that I'm trying to create, is going to cost about this much per month. And that may be like whoa, snap, or that may be like, oh, is that all? So depending on where you're coming from, so you want to say, okay, well, like here in Texas, even if you paid your house off, you still have to pay property taxes. Actually, you have to pay property taxes anywhere, but here they're kind of expensive. So it's like, okay, well, yes, I'd like to pay off my home, but there's still the taxes. And then, how much to register your car. So you're like, okay, well, everything's paid off, but then there's this amount. So you actually just really get in there and figure out the money that you would want, the money that you would want for your ideal life. And then he calls it the money freedom goal. And this is what you actually can do is calculate it. If you, hello Pooja, how are you? So now you take your money miracle goal. That's the amount of money per month or annually, whichever one you want, that would afford the lifestyle of your dreams. And to your best guess, obviously. And then you would calculate it. I'm trying to remember how you calculate it. You calculate it backwards. If you're trying to get that monthly goal, money miracle goal, the money freedom goal is how much do you need in the bank so you could live off the interest that would be your money miracle goal, right? So what that means if let's try to talk today. What that means is if you had, a CD or investment portfolio or whatever whatever, and you just want to live off the interest. So just for fun, we'll say the miracle goal is 10. I do remember you, Pooja. It's good to have you here. How's everything going? It's good to have you. Glad to see you. Okay, so let's just say your money miracle goal is $10,000 a month. So what that would actually mean is you would only need $1 million in the bank, and you could live off the interest of that, never touching that $1 million, but collecting the interest. You could make $10,000 a month. You could retire right now. Now, some of you are like, oh, I'm never going to make $1 million. And some of you are like, really? That's it? That's all I need is $1 million and I can retire? So that's once again, it's just playing with the numbers, which is changing your perspective, which is shifting your mindset to say that's all I need, or okay, there's my goal to work towards. Because sometimes we're like, oh, we need $100 in order to retire. But that's not true. And you may not need $10,000 a month. You may be fine with $5,000 or $2,000 or whatever. So then now that you know those money goals, now for the next 30 days, starting today, write 5 to 10 ways, more is better, but just 5 to 10 ways to, Pooja says, I'm busy with my daily schedule working from home. That's good. Was a bit busy, so I missed your sessions. Oh, there's more. Aw, I am well. I'm so glad to see you here. Thank you. How is working from home? Are you enjoying it? So this is perfect time for you to do this lesson, because what I'm so let me finish this part and then we'll go to the reason why we're doing this. So every day for the next 30 days, you write 5 to 10 ways that you could generate more income. And it doesn't mean, this could be, selling a pair of socks to your neighbor, doing a bake sale. This could be adding more services to what you do. This could be tutoring some, children. This could be, it doesn't mean you can even getting a raise at work or whatever. But the point of this exercise is now that you see how much you think you want per month, and you know how much you need in order to generate that much per month, now you're expanding your mind on all the different possible ways that money could come in. And it could be anything from, well, I could sell my car. It doesn't mean you have to sell your car, but it's an idea, right? Or you could sell the junk in your attic. You could go through your garage. You could have a garage sale. You could, all these kinds of things that it's just to open your mind. Because sometimes we say, oh, there's only one way I can get more money, and that would be to either win the lottery or, get a raise at work. But that's talk about closed mind, closed off, right? That's you saying, oh nope, that's the only way that it'll ever happen for me to retire is if I win the lottery. Well, that's not true, right? So, hi Katie, how are you? Yeah. So get in your coffee. That's good, Katie. Get your, well, I don't know about getting, but yes, get your coffee, get cozy. I don't know if you have any headphones, but hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm so glad that you're here. And Pooja, oh no, your power cut out. Yeah, this, you know, hopefully everything's going to get different. I was going to say, I don't know if everything's going to go back to the way it was before COVID, Pooja, because it seems like, you know, this is the, but that's the whole point. This is an evolution. We're going to learn from this. We're going to grow from this. We're going to, you know, change from this. So it's called getting used to it. But yeah, hopefully working from home gets a little bit easier for you. Yeah, it's not good if your power cuts out because of the rain. That doesn't help. Okay, so yeah, so hopefully you guys like this exercise. We are actually going to take, so your monthly money goal, and figure it out, write it down. And then the money freedom goal, which is how much you need in the bank in order for the interest to pay you that amount. And then every day for the next 30 days, you're going to write down 5 to 10 ideas on how you could generate more money. And like I said, it could just be as simple as, you know, using coupons, or, you know, selling a pair, having a garage sale, or taking on another job, doing some freelance work, getting and like, you're not necessarily, you don't have to do these ideas, but the point of the exercise is to open your mind to more possibilities, because then when we're squinched off, we're not allowing the universe to work with us. We're actually working against it. And that's why life feels so hard. It's, you know, when things are so hard, it's because we're literally, you know, walking upstream. We're fighting the current of life. You know, we're not going with the natural flow of life because we think we have to do it. There's only our own way. There's only one way that this is ever going to happen. This, you know, you have to do it by yourself. And that just means that you're focused on what you don't want. But when you just say, okay, you know, sometimes they say surrender is the hardest thing to do, which is funny because you would, you know, we think that, you know, what we're really doing is we're just letting go of all the limiting beliefs and all the things that are holding us back and all the things that are holding us away from what we actually want. But we're so stuck in these lower vibrations and these lower frequencies that we don't, you know, realize that we're the only ones doing it to ourselves. We are the creators of our reality. And that means that it's how you are perceiving everything. It's how you are understanding everything. It's, are you literally focused on what you want, or are you coming from a place of lack and fear and disbelief? You know, sometimes you have to throw caution to the wind, right? And just believe that there's a universe out there that is loving you and supporting you and will, you know, bring you whatever you ask for. But it has to match the but it will match the vibration that you're on. That's the only thing it can do. It cannot interfere, it cannot change, it cannot do anything. It can only match you. So if you're coming from a place of fear, scarcity, problems, nothing ever works out for me, there's no good men out there, there's no good jobs out there, there's nothing I can do about anything, I'm just, if you're stuck in that lower vibrations, you're gonna get lower vibration responses. So if you don't like what's happening around you, that's when you go within and say, okay, I'm choosing now to release myself of these limiting beliefs. And you don't have to know what they are, because if you go searching for them, you're just going to, keep yourself perpetually in those limiting beliefs. But when you switch your focus to what you do want, and you feel good about it, and you feel inspired about it, and you take inspired action towards it, then you'll start seeing how quickly things will happen. I'm going to take a drink real quick. Let's all take a drink. I remember one time when I was first realizing this stuff and working with this stuff, we had just moved from one city to another city, and we were renting a room. This is me and my husband. We were renting a room, and it didn't seem like things were working out for us, right? And I'm like, okay, wait, let's drop that. Everything is always working out for us. So if that's true, then how did we get here? And so I sat down with him, and we talked about it, and we said, okay, this isn't what we want to believe. This isn't the life that we want to live. So let's change our perspective. Let's change our ideas. Let's work on focusing on what we do want. And we established, we want our own place. We want to go to, we needed a new car. And I'm trying to remember the exact, I'd say within 6 months of us making that decision, making that focus, making that shift, within 6 months we had our own place, a new car. We had bought a trip to Scotland, and I'm not wearing it right now, but we had put deposits down on new wedding rings, anniversary bands. So we got anniversary bands. So all that happened within 6 months. We went from having, it's like, this is the best we can do, to, wait a minute, really? And it was just so easy, so fast, so effortless. Everything happened. We found the most perfect place. We found the perfect car. We hadn't had a vacation ever, and we went to Scotland, all expense paid trip to Scotland, and the most beautiful wedding anniversary bands I had ever seen. And I'm not wearing it today because I've been helping out in the warehouse, and I don't want it to get hurt or destroyed. So I have my regular little band on. But, so it's just a matter. It's like we all, we don't have time, or it takes too long, or we're never going to get there. We always tell ourselves someday, one day, in the future. And I warn you guys about this. It's like I had the 5-year plan, but my 5 years kept being 5 years away because I kept thinking of it in the future. You have to bring the future to you now. And you do that by doing these exercises. It's like, okay, well, if I want $1 million, what's ways I can make $1 million? What's a way that I can, the universe will give you what you ask for when you come from the place of already having it. If you come from a place of needing it, wanting it, lack, once again, you're focused on what you don't want. But if you can shift your energies to a place of having it, that means it's coming to you. So shift your energy to a place of welcoming it. And that goes back to what I've been doing in the last month here is I've been with this COVID-19 stuff, our business has been, you know, we always slow down kind of in the middle, in the mid sections, like we do really well in the hot and we do really well in the cold, but the mid months kind of are slow. So then COVID hit and we were paying, have our employees sitting at home and all that kind of stuff. But I've been applying the gratitude and the abundance mindset and all this stuff, and our business is I would say it's flourishing right now. We're doing really, really well. And the only reason I hesitate on that is because it's the way it works is the products go out and we don't get paid for 60 to 90 days. So it's like, that fine line. But that's the, that's immaterial because it's coming in. It's just trying to, but still, we're doing really well if we can keep up with it, which we are. So, but I had, even just this morning, my husband was just like, oh my God, how are we gonna fulfill these orders? And I was just like, first of all, let's take a minute and just appreciate the fact that we have all these orders. And I'm like, just give me 68 seconds of gratitude. And so, I made him, well, he didn't really dance with me, but I was like trying to shake him a little bit. So just like, yeah, let's just be, just be thankful that we have these orders. And he's like, I know. And then after that, of course, he went back to freaking out about how he's going to fulfill the orders and all that kind of stuff. But at least it's just, acknowledge the fact that we have this coming in. So, so it's working. It may be working a little too well if you ask him, but it's working. All my abundance mindset and all my gratitude and all my, all my going within and all this changing my mentality from lack to abundance, from lack to prosperity, from don't have to do have, it's definitely working. So I hope you guys try that and let me know your results. Let me know if anything changes for you. Let me know how it feels to, to try to feel like you have something, which is actually kind of hard. I mean, it's hard to get in that frequency of having it when you don't have it and when you really need it. But that's why I want you to do these exercises where you're writing down, okay, how many different ways could I make $1 million? Or that was just an example number. But how many different ways could I bring in more revenue? How many, different ways can I, make a little bit more money here and there? How many different things could I do? And you can even put on there win the lottery, of course, but you also, think more, expand yourself more, play with it more. And the more you play with it, the more you have fun with this, literally the faster you're going to get into that vibration of having and receiving and welcoming that lifestyle that you want. Because once again, everything comes from within you. And the reason you don't have what you're asking for is only because you're not allowing it in. So practice welcoming money, practice loving money, practice appreciating money, practice, creating money, whatever it is. Just play with it more, have fun with it more, and um, and then it'll show up more. I don't know if I ever updated you guys, but I don't know if you remember back in February, I did my money bowl. Can you see it back there? That right there, we did the money bowl. Shortly after we did that money bowl, um, we actually got an offer, a full price offer on the little buggy that we sold, and so it it was an easy money exchange because we weren't sure if we'd get enough. You could buy them brand new for just a little bit more than we wanted to sell ours for, but we got full price for it. The guy drove down from Minnesota to pick it up, and it was an easy exchange. And you know, you may all say, that doesn't have anything to do with it, but it does. It does if you believe it does. And I believe, because then you're taking credit for it. You're taking creative control of it. And if you realize that it's those little things that make that big impact, then you understand that you actually are the creator of your own reality. You are the creator of the money that comes to you because you are welcoming it, you are loving it, you are absorbing it, you are in the flow of currency, right? So I hope that makes sense. I'm a little long-winded today. I try to keep these about 30 minutes and I'm going over to 40, almost 45. But let me know if you have any questions. Let me know in the comments how you're doing with that exercise. Let me know if there's anything else that you would like for me to talk about. I do these live videos every Monday around 10 o'clock Central Time. So I hope that you can join me live. In the meantime, put in any of your questions and comments into the comments or in the Facebook group. And if you have any suggestions for any videos that you want me to do or to questions you want me to cover, definitely let me know. So in the meantime, let's follow our bliss, live our passion, and create our success. Life is what we make it, so let's make it wonderful and abundant and prosperous. And always, always, always remember that you deserve a life full of love, magic, and miracles. Thank you so much for being here today. I love you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.